provision of high-quality long-term professional development is an essential requirement for those who choose a career in teaching. One-off courses and training events are too fragmentary to result in sustained and meaningful changes in practice. That is why Hull University's Advanced Certificate in Sustained Professional Development, headed by Kevin Burden, offers teachers and institutions the opportunity to explore rigorously their own practice and, where necessary, to change it. This improved practice will impact not only on teacher performance but, crucially, on learner performance too. Kevin explains more about his role.
My role at Hull University is as CPD coordinator, so I'm responsible for continuing professional development, which is essentially involving teachers, mainly part-time because most teachers now don't have the ability to undertake this kind of study full-time. And the university actually has established a department and a sub-unit within the department to coordinate that work, and I'm the manager for that particular sub-unit.
Academy 360 in Sunderland opened in September 2008 on the site of the old Pennywell School, but moved to brand new purpose-built premises in September 2009. Unusually, the Academy teaches students from both primary and secondary phases of education, from ages 3 to 16. From the outset, the Chief Executive, Paul Prest, recognised that a transformation in teaching and learning was essential to the Academy's success, and that sustained professional development of staff was crucial in achieving that.
I think this model, the model in terms of what Hull's offering, actually allows us to, one, develop our teachers, who I consider are our learners, but also they can implement that strategy with students very quickly so we can see the impact of whatever we're doing.
I think it's broadened my understanding of what's out there. I think every session I attend, you're swapping an application, you're looking at a new form of Web 2. You know, Etherpad came about has been an absolute revelation for myself. Not just my learning, but it's supported my professional working, I think, and that's moved that forward.
It is innovative. I think there's no doubt about it. It really is cutting-edge stuff. It raises new perspectives. It gives us a new insight into where we can take this. It makes us think, it makes us reflect.
In May 2009, the first cohort of staff from the Academy started the University of Hull programme, joined by a second cohort the following September. In all, 60% of the Academy's staff are enrolled in the Certificate in Sustained Professional Development. So why was there a need for such a radical approach to staff development, and on such a large scale?
Where this Academy was the start of a massive journey, and we couldn't do things very slowly. We had to find a way of accelerating transformation, and for us that was bold, it was big, and it had to be exciting and engaging, and there had to be a real push from the top and real commitment that it would work and a love of what was happening.
The cultural shift we're getting is it's not IT, it's part and parcel of what we're trying to put across in our pedagogical practice. It's part of the pedagogical practice. It's not an add-on. It's not like having a lesson for calculators in maths. The feeling is it's going to be integral to subject delivery and topic delivery for the different phases.
That's one thing that we want to weave into the organisation is how do we use the new technology? How do we become 21st century learners? That's what I like about the action research. There is also a process and there is also an expectation, and that even though I think staff have got a total flexibility in what they do, they know there's some kind of accountability behind it as well. In terms of the Web 2, I think there are signs of staff talking about it and using it with young people, but I think the debate and discussion that's actually behind the scenes is starting to come to the forefront of practice.
One of the ways in which the Academy has attempted to transform teaching and learning is through the use of new technologies, particularly Web 2. Kevin explains the role of Web 2 in the programme.
Web 2 is sometimes termed or referred to as an emergent technology, but essentially I think we can see that Web 2 is about collaboration, it's about being able to work together, and I think it's also about construction. It's about being able to construct knowledge. An example there being Wikipedia, where people collectively come together to construct understanding around a particular topic. And I think that encapsulates really why Web 2 technologies are appropriate for the type of pedagogies that the school is looking to develop. And indeed, the Chief Executive Officer at the school, Paul Prestes, is referred to this as Web 2 pedagogies.
So by applying Web 2 pedagogies, teachers are encouraged to explore a wide variety of emerging online technologies to support and transform the opportunities offered to learners.
I think the majority of staff involved, they're excited by the power of what can be achieved just through looking at a handful of applications. I think if you look at using something like a Posterous blog and the power of that and how they can share ideas and co-construct, I suppose, the way they're trying to move forward with their classroom practice.
Many of the teachers are excited by the potential of applications such as VoiceThread, which enables users to communicate with each other online through a variety of different media.
As a language teacher, I decided, what am I not delivering, or what do I find most difficult to deliver in the classroom? And for me, it was giving the kids time to speak French individually. So I wanted to look at something which, would enable them to improve on their speaking skills, give them more confidence. It was VoiceThread that caught my imagination. I modelled something perhaps on a VoiceThread, something that we've practiced in the classroom, and then for them to go on and put their own answers down, and hopefully then they'll be able to hear themselves and assess themselves to help them improve their accents and just how they generally perform in the speaking.
The ability to work simultaneously on the same word processing document offers many opportunities for learning in the 21st century. Etherpad is an example of such an application, which enables multiple users to contribute to the same document in real time over the internet.
We've used it for a business meeting, basically, so students have been sat in a traditional ICT suite and their contribution has been monitored using Etherpad. So everybody's had the opportunity to talk within the meeting. The agended items were put onto Etherpad, so everybody was informed as they went through, and the full dialogue is recorded and then printed off, and it's there for the students as a hard copy or an electronic copy for them to use.
Google Apps is a suite of freely available applications which enables users to access their documents online from any computer which is connected to the internet. The Academy's executive leadership team sees the use of such applications as key to efficient communication, including their own.
One of the amazing things we're doing now is we actually have a Google Calendar for the ELT, for the executive leadership team. So I think it shows a commitment at the top team to use Web 2 in leadership experiences.
And that's perfectly secure. It's offering us the level of functionality we need to be sharing calendars and documentation, and even to the point where we've worked on collaborative documents as an ELT, adding different roles and responsibilities to it.
In an exciting and bold initiative, the Academy is equipping teaching staff with an iPhone to support their own practice. And there are plans to develop bespoke iPhone applications in partnership with the University of Hull through a knowledge transfer partnership scheme.
And the whole concept of iPhone was to give them a project, because the iPhone is a project, but actually we don't talk about it as a project, we talk it about as a fun tool to use. And what's actually happening, there's something deep happening, I believe, about the applications they download, the way they use it, and maybe at the moment there's no great analysis going on from an individual point of view, but what there is discussion and debate, so that when we start to formalise the project, decide how we wish to use it, I think there'll be lots of staff that have lots and lots of ideas.
Although the programme is still in its infancy at Academy 360, it has already started to influence and shape teachers' practice, and there is a firm belief that its continued impact could prove decisive.
Without a shadow of a doubt, I think it's going to make a massive difference to what we're trying to achieve within the Academy.
I think what's really exciting, in fact almost unique, is the size and the scope of the undertaking at Academy 360.
Well, we're trying to be a learning organisation. That has got to be a must.
The big thing for me is moving, and it's always been the case, is moving IT away from being just there's a computer, I need a computer. Moving away from that, it's a tool in which to embed the pedagogy.
It's not just students or pupils that are re-engaged. There's actually evidence, I believe, to see teachers being re-engaged in the art of teaching. and obviously therefore in the art of learning.
And I think about people's potential and about teachers seeing that they are capable of taking what is a difficult school forward, and that they have got the tools and they can work together and support one another